Yeah, man, it's Worldwide Sounds Records own DJ Chase. You're now locked in a Rush Hour Party Mix on Connecticut's own Smack'em Radio and the PreGame Party Mix podcast right here on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audio Mag, YouTube, and all of that. But we got a brethren in the building, BC Valentine, repping Canada. What up, brother?
Yeah, you don't know, man.
Yeah.
Much love and respect, DJ Chase for having me. I really appreciate it.
Light work. So, man, you an artist, you dancehall, reggae, you do all of that, right? Hip hop, a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah, definitely, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to incorporate more of the dancehall and the reggae in my upcoming projects and stuff, definitely.
Copy. All right, man. So let's tell the people where you from. I mean, I gave you an introduction, but tell the people who you are, who BC Valentine is. Where's his roots and all of that from? From Jamaica, or you just from Canada? What's up?
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? BC Valentine. I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. You know what I mean? Kingston 11 for all people. You know what I mean? Don't know, that's my heart right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 93. You know what I mean? My mom was looking, for a better life for us, you know what I mean? So we basically came to Canada. She was working for a year, actually, and then she sponsored us, brought us to Canada, for a better life. And that's when I really got to, know hip-hop and kind of fell in love for hip-hop, you know what I mean? The 90s was beautiful, man. We all know.
Yeah.
The 90s was beautiful when it comes to hip-hop,
Yeah, of course.
Basically, throughout my years of, growing up in Toronto, Canada, where I grew up, I lived all over Toronto, East End, West End,
Yeah.
Jane and Finch, Leslie, the Mills,
Yeah,
I've
man.
been through so many blocks. It's crazy, So
Yeah.
I pretty much have looked in a lot of places in Toronto, never really had problems like that.
Cool.
Growing up, love for the music, we used to, kick it, do our things, freestyle and stuff like that, that was the first stages of, really training and, getting into the vibe of the culture, right?
Word, man. And it's crazy. How did you get your name, BC Valentine? Where'd that come from? And what does it stand for?
Well, my boy, one of my close boys, we grew up together, Cameron.
Yeah.
Well, we used to roast each other a lot, as kids. And in Jamaica, they have this bread called bullock cake, right?
Yeah.
So as a youngin', I used to eat a lot of that shit, man. I don't know, man. So yeah, my boy, for some reason, we used to roast each other all the time, and he ended up giving me that name, and it's just stuck. It's just stuck for years, and after a while, maturing, becoming a man in this, I didn't really like people calling me bullock cake, So I just, and out of respect,
I feel you on that word.
Out of respect,
Right.
I kept the name same way, because it's the hood, and that's the kind of the culture,
Yeah, man. So
yeah, Toronto's a heavy Jamaican influenced kind of city, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I celebrated my birthday there. 2017, I was there for my birthday.
Oh, true.
I loved it. I had because Canada Day, I'm July 1st, so your Canada Day is my birthday.
Oh, okay, that's blessed, man.
Yeah. How was the transition from Kingston to Canada? Was it an easy transition for you?
Oh, to tell you the truth, like I was saying, Toronto is a heavy West Indies influenced city.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too hard to transition. The people, real multicultural, easygoing. It was really easy to fit in. Even with my hard Jamaican accent. It was easy to fit in, man.
Yeah.
Really
I feel you. So as having a Caribbean background, how do you feel about Drake? I want to ask somebody, especially being from Canada. You're the perfect candidate for that. When Drake switches his accents, how do you feel about that?
Honestly, he could do it. He needs a little work, like, you know what I mean? He needs to chill with Patron a little bit more because, you know, he needs a little work. But pretty much, he sounds pretty much like any other, you know what I mean, Toronto guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Canadian-born. Yeah, he pretty much sounds like any regular Canadian-born Toronto cat boy. Yeah. He needs some work on that.
Word. All right, so with your music, BC Valentine, if you're just now tuning in, we got a dope artist, BC Valentine, on the check-in. But, you know, as far as your music is concerned, do you try to infuse both reggae and hip-hop, or you just try to stick to, like, what's your main focus? Because, you know, people tend to want to just stick to one thing. So what's your main focus?
Definitely, yeah. You know what I mean? The main focus is definitely hip-hop, you know what I mean?
Okay.
For sure. Yeah, but because of my culture and my background, I definitely wanted to, you know, incorporate the reggae a bit, you know what I mean, to widen the fan base, you know what I mean? Because
yeah, man.
Definitely, I got people in Jamaica, they be asking me tunes for, you know, all the time they be asking me for tunes, you know what I mean?
The rhythms, they try to get you on the rhythms down there, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And they love the hip-hop too, so
yeah, that'll
be definitely a good thing to kind of rock with, you know, in the coming year or two, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
man. To get a wave going.
Dope. And who are some of your influences from both Jamaica and Canada?
Jamaica and Canada? Oh,
yeah. Who is your influences? Yeah,
definitely. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't give him the respect due to him, you know what I mean? Cardinal Official, man.
I was hoping you say that. I wanted. Finally, somebody says it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
bro.
Man.
Like, they're disrespectful in the city, man. Cardinal put in work, bro.
Yeah, because he was the first one that I knew down here. He was the first artist that I knew in New York. Like, oh, that was from Canada. Like, and I was trying to find his album for years. Like, Old Time Killing. Old Time Killing is my song. Like, I always played it on my radio show. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm a big fan of Cardinal. Like I like his old stuff, and it's fire.
Yeah,
bro.
definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
All right, what about Jamaica? Who's your influences from Jamaica?
Definitely, I would say the number one for sure. You know, everybody knows I'm gonna say Vibes Cartel. You know what I mean?
Massive. Yeah, man. The guy's a boss, man.
He's boss, man. Yo, he's the definition of an artist. Like, versatile. Like, man, lyrics for days. Like, man. Definitely one of my idols, man.
Copy. And like Vibes Cartel, do you write your own lyrics, or you more focus on just flow? I'm asking in the sense of, are you a more lyric-based artist, or you focus on more on the flow, on the sound of it?
True. You know what I mean? Really, I try to have a balance, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just play straight with flows and, you know what I mean, kind of keep, you know, hold down on the bars. But, yeah, I try to have a balance. Definitely try to give people what they want. They want to hear bars and, you know what I mean? Yeah. And definitely, you know what I mean, I try to be unique with my flow because, you know what I mean, I hate writing other people's waves, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, with that being said, too, how's Canada treating new artists? Because I know we have Tory Lanez, Nav, The Weeknd. What's my boy Campaign? You know who like how is it to new artists in Canada? Do they treat the new artists like? Do they respond to the new artists, or they haters?
Toronto has issues, man. Like, like we have this stigma. We have this kind of like this mentality we always call the screw face mentality. It's like you know what I mean?
Yeah. New York. I think you know this. I think that they got it from New York because New York is like that too. New York is rough. New York is rough. New York is super rough. Like it's bad here. So I didn't think Toronto was gonna be that bad, but you know, with the COVID situation, right? Before this, were you like booking shows? I know you've been, I know you spent some time. You kind of had hiccups on your, problems on your way coming up, but you made the best of it. Being, previously being incarcerated a little bit, but
Yeah.
Have you been doing have you been of course you've been marketing and promoting because you're on a podcast, but are you like during the COVID and the coronavirus situation, have you been networking and trying to build and focus on that?
Oh, for sure, fam. Definitely. Like anybody that's not doing that right now, that has the free time, is crazy. You know what I mean? This is definitely the time to network and broaden the network, right? Yeah, for sure. I've been reaching out. You know what I mean? I've been trying to reach out, man, and myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to get connections. I can't even keep up, to be honest. You know what I mean? People asking for content and all this stuff. You know what I mean? Apologies to a few people. You know what I mean? I promised 1-2 projects, and I'm a little bit behind, but I got you, man.
Copy, man.
Yeah.
Any producers that you working with, or you make your own beats?
Definitely, you know what I mean, my man LBM, since I met him through work, actually, you know what I mean? We used to work together, and we didn't really mess with the music together until I actually left that work, and he's still there or whatever, and you know what I mean, we connected more after I left there, and since then no one else really makes my beats but LBM, man.
Oh wow, okay.
Definitely.
Hey, I might gotta send you some.
LBM.
Yeah. LBM, what up, LBM?
Yeah, the whole family, man. Karma, Team Finish. Yeah.
Word. Definitely. Karma she be on the job with me. She definitely be keeping me in the loop for the artists that she got under her. So I respect to her too. She definitely keeps me in the loop. And with that being said too, are there any record labels in Canada that you want to deal with, or do you do you want to stay independent, like do a small label? Or do you want to go to a big label and get that push?
You know what I mean? I definitely wouldn't mind a little help, but for sure, we would definitely want to kind of stay independent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the recipe right now. We see it works, and a lot of guys like Migos, Tory Lanez, they're capitalizing off of that right now, man. And no strings attached. They got the control. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. You have any videos coming out?
Yep. Pardon?
I say you have any videos coming out? Any music videos?
Oh, definitely, man. Like we got a track there. You know what I mean? LBM, Morrow from LA. Over in LA there, we did a little collab with them. That's definitely a banger, man. We definitely have to do a video for that for sure. And me and my bro Ambrose, we got Hot Boys. We definitely need to do a video for that too, man.
Yeah, man. Well, respect, man. We gonna do this again. BC Valentine, man. Thank you for calling in. Thank you, man. And tell them people, you got the new project coming out. You got the new EP coming out. What's the name of the new EP?
The new EP, Never Sleep Again. You know what I mean? Because definitely I will never sleep again. And after this, everyone will definitely never sleep again on me.
There you go.
Yeah.
And is it going to be on all streaming platforms? Is it going to be on mixtape sites or just streaming platforms?
Definitely all streaming platforms. I'm going to try to push for, as much, mixtape sites as I can, or, whatever. I'm trying to push it, man.
There you go. You hear first. Never sleep again, man. BC Valentine, give your social medias and where can people reach you and they can get in tune with your music.
Definitely. You know what I mean? You can holler at me at B.C Valentine on Instagram. Spotify. Facebook on the Team Finish Music, Instagram on the Team Finish Music. You know what I mean? You could catch our content on LBM's page sometimes, Karma's page, sometimes. Definitely trying to push to more platforms in the future. You know what I mean? I'm even trying out, what's that? Triller. I'm be up on
trying to see you on TikTok. I'm going to see BC Valentine on TikTok.
Yeah.
Word. I feel you on that.
I appreciate it, DJ Chase, man.
Nah, not a problem, brother. Like I said, I love Canada. I want to go. I need to go back. I love it so much. I do. And
True.
yeah, man, BC Valentine, man, thank you for calling in. You just now tuned in once again, man. That was BC Valentine. This is the Rush Hour Party Mix on Connecticut's own Smackin' Radio and a pregame Party Mix podcast on Spotify Podcast, Apple Podcasts, Audio Mac, Mixcloud, and wherever podcasts are sold. I'm DJ Chase. Yeah.